Russian dictator Vladimir Putin may buy another 120,000 soldiers from North Korea, but they were not ready for this war. This was reported on air by former deputy platoon commander of the Aidar battalion in Ukraine, military analyst Yevgeny Diky on NovostiLIVE. Comrade Kim Jong-un is 100% indifferent, much more so than Putin. What we see in Kursk, those 12,000, is a test. The Russians, although not very wise, could not think that 12,000 Koreans would seriously influence the course of the war. In my opinion, they should be used to see how much they can help the Russians in this war. And if it turns out that they justify themselves, then they will simply buy many more from Comrade Un. For Un, delivering 120,000 instead of 12,000 is no problem. The peacetime Korean army consists of 1.3 million people, the expert said. At the same time, according to him, the North Korean army does not justify itself. Diky noted that the soldiers from the DPRK turned out to be absolutely controllable. They strictly follow orders and do not surrender. All they really know how to do is die heroically. And in war, it is not important to die heroically, but to make sure that your enemy dies heroically. It turns out that they didn't even receive basic military training at home. They are slaves, so they most likely know how to dig trenches well, but the only time they held a machine gun was when they took an oath. Moreover, they are completely unprepared for this war, where there are drones, electronic warfare, and other technological things. They die heroically for the great leader, but there is zero efficiency in this, the expert explained. As media reported, military expert and founder of the reactive mail charity Pavel Narozny stated that the next wave of DPRK soldiers sent to war against Ukraine could be much better prepared. I wouldn't underestimate these Koreans, because they are learning, gaining combat experience, and I think that's what the North Korean generals are counting on. They are hoping to gain combat experience, he said. Assessing the DPRK soldiers now, the expert noted that on the one hand, they are brainwashed by propaganda, but on the other hand, they have already seen a huge level of losses, which greatly affects their level of motivation.
Heavy snow and freezing rain have brought widespread disruption across the UK, with several major airports forced to suspend flights and many key roads in the north of England unnavigable. With the weather set to stay inclement on Sunday, there are concerns that many rural communities could be cut off with up to 40 centimeters of snow on ground above 300 meters. Manchester Airport and Liverpool's John Lennon Airport had to close runways and divert flights. Both appeared poised to reopen by late Sunday morning. The mayor of Greater Manchester, Andy Burnham, called on people to listen to the advice given by police, not to travel unless absolutely essential. Many sporting events have already been postponed, though the heavyweight Premier League fixture between rivals Liverpool and Manchester United is on, following an inspection at Liverpool's home ground of Anfield. The road network was heavily impacted too, on what would have been a very busy day with many families returning home from the Christmas and New Year break and students heading back to universities. Many roads had been preemptively closed by local authorities, but stranded vehicles and collisions have caused disruption elsewhere. On the railways, many services were cancelled, with National Rail warning of disruption continuing into the working week. Britain's main weather forecaster, the Met Office, says sleet and snow will continue to push north on Sunday and will be heaviest in northern England and into southern Scotland. After experiencing freezing rain, which occurs when super cold rain freezes on impact, the south will turn milder. The Environment Agency has also issued 8 flood warnings across southern England on the River Tawe and River Avon.
That is the advice for people not to travel unless absolutely essential. Where I'm talking to you from now, Trevor, so near Lee, between Wigan and Lee, I would say 4 inches of snow here. So the roads are being gritted as we speak, and efforts are being taken to keep everything running. But there's been disruption at the airport. We're expecting rain mid-morning, so we do expect the snow to start to clear as the day progresses.